Warning, we cannot stress enough that you shouldn't take anything we say seriously, or whatever our lawyer told us to say.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast, where we take your questions, beef you have with others, anything you would take to a therapy session, but we're not licensed for that.
Oh yeah, Joe, you said it. I was thinking we could do like a motif off of like a sexy type of radio host show.
Hey, remember when you think you should stop thinking.
Yeah, but anyways, we're excited to take more topics today. We got a second week. We were officially greenlit. NBC called and said we can do an episode 2, so here we are. Shout out NBC. Thank you so much for letting us do a second episode.
I mean, they didn't, but NBC can't stop us.
we called NBC and said, can we do it? And they said, who are you?
Yeah, CBS took 3 to 5 business days to get back to us, but hey, we're here. Is this your cranberry juice bottle from last week?
That's your cranberry juice. I threw mine away, dog. Yeah, but anyways,
we're living in a pigsty.
Yeah. Your parents, by the way, they left each other because of you. Just as a reminder, it's true.
But don't worry, they're not the only people that hate you anymore. Hey Ben, what's up with you this week? What have you been doing?
Oh, I've been basically sitting on my phone all day, looking through advice columns, trying to figure out what to do with my life. And I realized that I do a weekly podcast show with my brother, and I don't need any advice columns anymore. And I could ditch my therapist because here we are, and this is all I need.
Yeah, I was talking to our sister who's actually a therapist, and she thinks this is a bad idea.
Yeah. So if you need some real therapy after listening to us,
we know people.
So still listen to us anyway.
Just wild. When I was in my PhD program for criminology or what was it, forensic psychology, there was this one person who was only going to get this PhD because she was so whacked out of her mind with her own trauma.
What?
She's like, I really want to understand the mind of the criminal because when I was younger, I was abused, and it happened for years and years and years. And she's telling all of us this. Granted, this is like week 2 of first semester. Like, it wasn't time for that. And that's when I realized, you know what? Thanks, Dylan. I'm out.
I don't want to keep going back to the Batman motif, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened to the Joker. He was so messed up, and he figured out a way to figure out how the minds of our investigators work.
Did you like The Joker, that movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
It was kind of a fever dream. I enjoyed it, but like at the same time, I kind of like when that guy got his head bashed into the wall, I kind of shut down, I think. And then all my friends and I, we were walking around the mall after that, and we were all just silent, just like kind of walking.
See,
aimlessly.
that wasn't the problem for me. His mental illness was the problem for me. Like I can't sit there and be comfortable with that.
You understood?
Yeah, except for I don't laugh all the time. I just sit there and cry. It's like I'm internally panicking.
You hand out a card that says I'm sad, and that's why I'm crying all the time.
Who turned on radio?
Oh my god.
Not the radio.
Radio, the show, the movie with the kid that walks into a woman's dressing room like a little freak that he is.
Dude.
Radio's a little freak. Dude. We're keeping this in.
He's like the zombies in Walking Dead. He was just following the noise.
Oh,
He just wants friends, okay?
I never said that I didn't relate to radio. I just said
just
he's a little
wants
freak.
Friends.
Yeah.
He just wants friendses.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, should we introduce ourselves maybe?
I'm Joe.
I'm Ben. Welcome back to our podcast. Thank you.
We get it. You can leave now. I don't know why you still have your headphones on. Yes, I'm talking to you. Just take them out, put them down on your desk, and just curl up in a ball and I don't know, cry.
I see that ham sandwich you're eating, Jonathan. I see it. That's a real sandwich right there that you're eating.
No, Jonathan, don't take the sandwich in the shower. It's not efficient.
Jonathan, soggy bread. Jonathan,
you're gonna get soap in your sandwich, Jonathan.
Hey, if you put soap in a sandwich, it's still a sandwich. Just want to say that ahead of time today.
Yeah, if you put something in something else, it's still that overarching something.
Yeah, I just thought I'd make sure. There are some people out there who may say otherwise. Welcome back to Lower Social Value.
If you put soap between your thighs, is that a sandwich?
Yeah. Are we doing this bit right now? Because, yes, it is.
Daddy made you a sandwich.
Just here. Can I make my legs clap into the microphone?
No.
Daddy made you
Okay, we're going to our first question.
All right.
We got a message in that preferred to be anonymous, and we get it. They were asking how they should leave their employment if they want to maintain good relationships with their coworkers, but they're not leaving on the best terms. Have you thought about doing the Irish goodbye? And here's the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Irish goodbye is where you drink a pint of Guinness, you throw a potato at your boss's head, you kiss the mandatory Irish picture of Cillian Murphy that's in your wallet, and you leave.
Your wallet. I think you have to do something big. I think it's like Harry Potter, the Weasleys, when they leave that test and they set off the giant fire-breathing firework. I think you got to do something with fireworks. You got to leave big. Absolutely set fire to your workplace, and then everybody else gets at least a couple weeks off free. I don't know. I think that works.
That's a good way to not have a job anymore, yes.
Well,
I mean, mission accomplished.
that's what they want, isn't it?
Keep all your non-work friends in the building. Lock it up. Seal it up. Chains and everything.
Non-work friends? So your friends, you're going to burn your friends alive?
I mean, your work
Put all your friends that aren't connected to your workplace and burn them put them in a building, lock them, and burn them to death.
My question is, like, how bad can the circumstances be? Like, did you not give it 2 weeks?
In any case, though, I think you should burn the bridges that you have with your coworkers, actually, is what I think. And I think literally burn the bridges by burning down your workplace. Let me think of more things.
Consistent harassment.
The new topic is, how do I get fired from my job without saying I want to fire my job?
Here's how you leave your workplace and keep your work friends. You get fired. That's it.
And the best way to get fired, quickest way, harassment.
Yeah, just like, you know.
You want to fast track it? Don't go straight to your HR rep and harass them. They'll know they'll know what's happening. Find the prettiest girl in your office and just make her feel super uncomfortable about coming into work every day. And then I think pretty quickly you'll have people on you.
You should definitely take the hottie Michelle in the office a boutonniere every day. Different color flowers. Try to match it with whatever tie you're wearing that day.
Also, this is kind of a side note, but we were watching Suits, and it was the episode where Hardman tries to get Lewis basically like pawn it off on him and like brings him up on sexual harassment charges. And then they like show it, and it's like, he's accused me of something I didn't do. It's like, he kind of did. You kind of followed her around and stared at her while she was eating food. Like,
that's because Lewis is the worst.
Yeah, it's funny because like
he's like the gobstoppers of Suits. And by that I mean, if you like gobstoppers, you need actual therapy, not this.
Gobstoppers. Aren't those like the Lacroix tasting balls that like break your teeth?
Lacroix tasting balls was my nickname in college.
Lacroix balls. That's what they call me. Lacroix balls. Yeah, but no, but honestly, yeah, just harassment's good. Someone clip that out of context. Bad Therapy Podcast. Welcome back to Lower Social Value. Harassment is good.
you say that as if we're not going to post that as our leak for
next episode. It's like after the outro. Harassment is good.
Yeah, you did a good job. Harassment. Also, they couldn't find a better way to pronounce that word.
I mean, it's kind of fitting.
Harassment is definitely harassment.
Yeah, harassment a lot to me too. That's why I got fired from my job for harassment.
Yeah, I think the end of conversation, you get fired. That's how you do it. So
yeah, so you heard it from the
because think about it. It doesn't matter where you're working. If you leave unexpectedly, your coworkers are gonna hate you because they have to carry up your work.
Yeah. So that's the bad therapy advice, except for it's kind of good therapy. Forget about your relationships and do you. Be solo. Live your dreams.
Man, I wish I could forget about my relationships.
That's actually a great segue, Joe. So we got another question. It was basically we were being asked about our opinions about some red flags, and not just opinions about red flags. What are some red flags we've seen? What are some red flags we've heard about? Or what are just some general red flags that maybe we have that are kind of hot takes?
My humor. If anyone has my humor, drop them.
Joe's red flag is, if I meet someone that's remotely like me, I will not be with them. It's enough of me. There can only be one of them.
Yeah, but the girl version of me's got to be whack, though, right?
The girl version of you's got to be hot. Let's be real.
I mean, banging body, but...
yeah, Danny DeVito. Peak male performance.
Remember that time we were both dating girls kind of secretly? Like, we went on a date. It was with girls that our family didn't really like. Oh. And we just, like, saw each other at the D-Bass game and just kind of, like, made eye contact and nodded and kept walking.
We both at the same time were in basically on-off again, like, horrible relationships with people that were terrible. And we just, like... our families obviously didn't approve, and like we're very like adamant about it. And to be fair to them, they were correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, like we both had broken up with these people.
No, this
was just like the reigniting, get back with your ex date that everyone who's stupid does.
Yeah, what's funny too, because it's one of those things where, like, I think honestly, out of everybody, me and Joe probably share the most with each other about like just like things going in our lives. Like, we're pretty private people, I'd say, generally, but then like we'll share with each other a lot. And so it was like this was something neither of us knew either, and so we just like were standing outside of the bathroom, and both of our exes were in the bathroom like going in together. We both just looked, saw each other, nodded, and then walked away. It was the most awkward acknowledgement. Oh my gosh, those were good times. And I remember my feelings during that. I just was immediately like, the immediate guilt. Like when I saw you, I nodded and went, oh, man, this is not good.
Yeah, so red flag, someone who goes back with their ex.
Yeah, don't go back to your exes ever. Unless they're hot.
Yeah, unless they're certified baddies and they are just the mommy to your daddy and you're just going to go for it.
Honestly, if they're the mommy to your... I'm your son. That's fine. Not in like a real Alabama way, but in like I don't even need to be daddy. I'll just like Cameron Brink style. Like pick me up, Cameron Brink, please. I'm your little baby. Cameron Brink. Shout out Cameron Brink. L.A. Sparks.
I would climb her like a tree.
Oh no.
Let me get this out cleaner. I would climb her like a tree.
If our mom is listening to an episode 2, she's not anymore.
I have said that in the presence of our mother more than once.
Yeah, but I think that her knowing that her son was putting it out there for the whole world to see.
Half the time she's around when I see an attractive lady on the street and I'm like, hey, I wonder what her deal is.
Excuse me, ma'am. How can I ruin your life today?
It's gotten so bad that Anna just straight up is like predicting that I'm going to say it every single time. She like sees someone and she just like looks at me and starts like shaking her head like, don't do it.
Honestly, it's not hard to predict. You see a girl on the street, you look at you and you're like, don't do it, Joe. You see a guy on the street at this point. I don't know.
It's not gay.
I thought there was going to be a but or an and to that. But it's like, it's not gay.
It's not gay. It's just butt.
I got a big red flag for you. Ready? I hate sand. When he starts telling
Hating
you,
sand is the greenest flag there is.
it's the greenest flag, but just be aware there could be some red flags coming soon.
Red flag, they give you a corsage every day at work.
Red flag, he walks in with a lightsaber into a room full of children and ignites it.
In the Kenobi show, they actually show
I know.
the massacre.
It's so good.
I remember watching it for the first time, and I texted Ben. I was like, if they don't show him killing kids in episode 1, I'm done with this. And literally, as I pressed send, it was like, oh, here it is.
He's killing kids. Yeah. That was the best thing they could have done. They capitalized off of Star Wars fans who were like, hey, where's the actual... Why did they cut that scene off? That's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Red flag, liking the Acolyte.
Oh, gross. Yeah. Red flag.
And that doesn't make me homophobic or racist.
It's that the homophobic and racist comments make you homophobic and racist. Not liking the Acolyte.
Yeah,
makes
that's
you...
what I said. That doesn't make me homophobic or racist. Just kidding. I'm not either. I'm very welcoming of all people. Except for furries. Red flag furries.
Red flag has a tail coming out of their pants and you don't know what's going on.
I can't believe that has lasted the test of time.
I had a kid at my school when I went to Mountain View that would run around with a tail, and he would like Naruto run.
Oh, there was a group of people when I was in high school.
It's just, I don't know, do whatever. I don't care.
Cat ears,
have fun,
tails,
do whatever you want. Just
yeah, I mean, here's the thing: do whatever you want. I don't care what you do. You shouldn't care that I'm actually going to make fun of you.
It's true. That's a good way.
That's the thing, is that like I don't want to control what you do or what you think or what you say, because then I'll run out of funny things.
Yeah, I'll run out of people to make fun of. Yeah. So red flag, Joe. Because whenever he sees you in public doing anything, he's going to make fun of you for it. That's kind of, actually, a little bit of a serious note here. Being in a relationship with someone who lets you make jokes and doesn't take it seriously all the time, kind of a green flag.
Absolutely, green flag.
Red flag. Red flag, enjoys Tom Hanks movies.
Oh, man, I wanted to hide that imaginary beef. I have.
We can.
I wanted to.
Red flag speaks like freaking the guy from Looney Tunes.
I wanted to hide my imaginary beef with Tom Hanks for longer than this, but I guess if we're here.
All right, so just buckle down. The next 30 minutes are going to be him talking about Tom Hanks.
I don't know Tom Hanks personally. Tom Hanks' lawyer, please don't sue me. This is not slander. This is jokes that are rooted in what I think he does in Hollywood, you know? Mm-hmm. So first of all, I think that he has more of a creative say in the characters that he plays than people think. So like when Toy Story creators were like, hey, I think Tom Hanks' voice would be great for this character. So they went to Tom Hanks and was like, hey, Tom, we have this part. We want your voice for it. And he was like, okay, what? And they're like, his name is Sheriff John. And he's like the main kind of, good guy, protagonist toy. And Tom Hanks was like, you know what? Not funny enough. Let's make a pee-pee joke. And he changed the name to Sheriff Woody. And they were like, but it's a kid's movie. And he goes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know why Tom Hanks did that. And then when he was doing I think Forrest Gump came first. I've seen Forrest Gump a total of one time. I don't get it. So it turns out, and this is from, through the grapevine, I heard.
His sources.
The movie was actually just about to be about a cripple kid who grew up learning how to walk and then learned how to run, and that was kind of his thing. They go to shoot first day, and they're like, hey, Tom, action. And the first things out of this dummy's mouth was, "My mama used to say," and they were like, cut, what are you doing? He goes, "Well, I feel like being crippled's not challenging enough. So we're going to give this guy mental deficiency." And they were like, "No." And he goes, "Look at me. I am the captain now." And they were like, "What? I mean, I guess." And so they were like, "Action." And he goes, "Mama always told me about box of chocolates in life or whatever." And later in the movie, they didn't have Jenny getting AIDS. It was during the conversation, and he just mouthed to her, "You have AIDS." And it just became canon that Jenny had AIDS.
The yapper on this guy, am I right, everybody? Also, I just want to comment on the last thing you said.
Also, he didn't have to touch the volleyball on the island like that. That's all I'm going to leave that one with.
That's just freaky. No, I like
Wilson.
I like the idea of how you just said he mouthed to the other actress, "You have AIDS." Imagine he's just like he just does that to people on the street. "You have AIDS." And they're like, "Oh no, Tom Hanks diagnosed me with AIDS."
Also, he was a narc in Catch Me If You Can.
I heard that's what happened to Magic Johnson. Tom Hanks told him he had AIDS, and so he did a press conference and retired. Why do you think he's not dead yet? He doesn't have actual AIDS.
Yeah, it turns out Tom Hanks is just like the clairvoyant of the world, and he really does just pull all the strings. So, like, he was like, "Hey, Neil Armstrong, you have testicular cancer, and you also took steroids." And just
man, I have some apologies to make. I thought that dude just was missing a ball. I made so many jokes over the years. That's kind of sad.
No,
now.
he's missing a ball because of his testy cancer.
Oh no!
But he was also a cheater. So,
all right, well, you know who else had one?
Tom
testy?
Hanks gives with one hand and takes with the other.
Tom Hanks tugs at the balls of life, and sometimes he just rips one off.
Seriously,
Tom
please,
Hanky Panky.
Please don't sue us. This is for jokes. And Tom Hanks, your movies are okay. You're no Nick Cage, but
No one's Nick Cage.
No one's Nick Cage.
No one's Nick
except
Cage.
for in Face Off, John Travolta, pretty Nick Cagey.
I've never seen Face Off.
Oh, you should watch it.
The hockey
It
movie?
is- Yep.
Is it actually?
No.
Oh, I was like, oh, got it.
No, it's this movie about, and I've seen it once, so I'm gonna butcher this. Basically, not Tom Hanks. Now I'm stuck on Tom Hanks. No, Nick Cage and John Travolta are playing. They're acting the way they act, which is
Like
over the top,
themselves. Oh.
right?
Okay.
Then at some point their faces get flipped, so it's Nick Cage overplaying John Travolta overplaying his character,
That's awesome.
and it's John Travolta overplaying Nick Cage overplaying his character. It is the wildest thing.
Let us know, everybody, if down the line you want Joe and my sister shares very similar opinions and unique perspectives. If you want them to do a little movie review, whether it's podcast or videos, it's something we've considered in the future. Because I would just like to say, I've never seen that movie, so I don't know if you're correct or not. But last episode, you described the Hunger Games as President Snow mercy killing children, which is not at all what it was.
It's not mercy killing.
Well, they were sick
It's a
in the hospital.
competition.
I know, but you said, oh, that's what he did. El Presidente Snow took all the sick
Yes,
kids.
he
They weren't
put
sick.
all the sick kids into a raffle. Then he was like number 5 and number 15, and they got chosen to put into this Hunger Games scenario so that the winner, the child that deserved the treatment, got the treatment. And that's not Joe's words. That's President Snow's
President
words.
Snow comes in with behind the Avengers Make-A-Wish kids. He pops out. They're like, oh, I thought I was getting Tony Stark. I have to participate in a death
Yeah.
competition.
President Snow is just in the Iron Man thing. He pops the head open.
Imagine that.
And the kid's like, Tony Stark. And he goes, nope.
I'm President Snow. I'm El Presidente Snow.
Nope. And here's your sword.
It starts in 10 minutes.
And the start of it is just the lights go off in the hospital and everyone has to get off their machines.
Oh, okay. That would be such a sick movie. It doesn't even have to be. It can be Hunger Games style. It doesn't have to be President Snow. But what they do is they just lock down a hospital, and basically it's a fight to the death for treatment. I know this is a callback a little bit, but that movie would be kind of sick. But you'd have to make it a little bit of a comedy, because otherwise that would be straight up horrifying.
I don't remember. Did I tell you about the Battle Royale movie, the Japanese version of Hunger Games?
Yeah, you told me, but it wasn't featured on the episode, and I don't really remember it because I don't listen.
Basically, this group of 8th graders get abducted and taken to this island where they have to fight to the death, and the last one can get freed from the island.
Okay, so my ideas
and it is so very good.
This is why I could never make it on Shark Tank, because I'd come up with an idea and they'd be like, that already exists. I'm like, oh. Okay. Oops.
This is my invention. They're like, is that just your phone? And it's like, yes, I don't know how it works, but I did it.
I found it on the floor.
This is the one ring that ruled them all. It's mine.
Hey, we come up with a car that floats on water.
You
mean a boat?
I call it my precious.
My new invention, the Precious. Smeagol on Shark Tank. Mark Cuban's like, I'm out. He's like, I don't need you anyway.
We hate him.
We hate Mark Cubans.
Stupid fat hobbitses. Mark Cubans is going to destroy the Mavericks. It's just
Kevin O'Leary's just like, you're dead to me. You're dead. You don't even know what he means.
All right, I'll make you a deal. 50% plus 12 cents on each one that you sell. Well, there's only one, stupidses. It's mine.
It's a ripoff.
I like to think that at some point Smeagol, when he still had his right mind as he was going crazy, was like, what if I make a whole bunch of fakes and they're just mood rings?
Smeagol's
a bunch of orcs just walking around with like red mood rings.
Smeagol's an entrepreneur. Stupid fat customers. They'll take whatever I sell them. Oh.
No, Mr. Frodo, your fingers turning green.
It's cubic zirconium. But Gollum, why did my ring pass? Why didn't it pass the diamond tester? It's cubic zirconium.
You know, Sean Bean should either go by Sean Bon or Sean Bean.
Who is that?
Boromir.
Oh,
the guy. Bean? I thought he had the most deaths on camera, but he doesn't.
Oh, he's the guy, the blonde guy who gets shot with a bunch of arrows, right?
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, he's a hero. And it's like they wouldn't be in the situation if he didn't try to steal the ring. So actually...
Also, if he didn't die, he straight up would have tried to take the ring again.
Honestly, he deserved it.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
I think it is. Everyone's in for these like redemption arcs. And I'm just like, you know what? No.
Good...
How about we don't do that? Like Ted Lasso, I'll tell you what, that 3rd season, I had to stop because I knew they were going to give Nate a redemption arc instead of having him run over by the team bus.
Well, a good redemption arc's good. The problem is that with characters like Nate and stuff, it only happens when they lose. Like, if they were successful at what they were trying to do, they straight up would not have been better people. Like, if whatever his name is, Sheen Bean, Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, but in Lord of the Rings, if he didn't die, he would have it wouldn't have been redeemed. He would have been redeemed. Oh, versus like
freaking like the best redemption story ever, Star Wars. Darth Vader redeems himself, but it wasn't because he was losing. He was winning. The dude just decided to be a good person. You know what I mean? Like,
again, you know, the dark side would have just taken him. He wouldn't have felt that. He wouldn't have been like, oh, my son, he's a robot.
Yeah.
Big old robot with a human face.
Can you do a Nick Cage impression?
No.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Maybe.
Because I'm thinking about Nick Cage as Darth Vader for some reason.
No, did you know he was
Star
in the running for a Superman movie?
Oh,
okay.
The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? So essentially, there was gonna be a movie called Superman Lives, and he was said to be Superman, and then it got nixed.
Hear me out. A Justice League movie
but Nick Cage stars as every character. And he just interacts with himself as every character, but he's not acting as Batman. He's acting as Nick Cage playing Batman and acting as Nick Cage playing Superman.
Yeah, and also they don't cut it, so he's literally just like bouncing from costume to costume from, spot to spot.
Oh, that's so good.
My Nick Cage impression would sound like Abed's Nick Cage impression from Community. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of good, actually.
I'm a cat. I'm a sexy, sexy cat.
Also, quick intermission. What do you want to eat?
Fat bottom girls.
Here, 1 second. Let me get my wife on the phone so we can... Because I know that if I don't, she's going to be like, hey, what are we eating?
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. You're on line 1.
Sweet.
What do we want to eat for dinner?
I don't know.
He already said no to fat bottom girls.
Oh. Oh, she's coming on.
She hung up.
No, no, we did touch on Suits for a minute, but just about how much Joe hates Lewis.
What? He's the best character. He's so funny.
It's because Kendall's most similar to Lewis.
That's true.
Yikes.
His love for cats. I mean,
Yeah. And his bad taste
his
in
bad
significant other.
decision-making.
Yeah. My wife
My wife.
is also not glutinous.
The Chick-fil-A is very bad.
The Chick-fil-A.
It's making me poop.
The Chick-fil-A making me poop.
Chick-fil-A make me poop. Big time. Green flag, flowers for men.
Flowers for men.
If you find a lady that'll give you flowers, ring right away, because that doesn't happen. I've gotten flowers maybe once in my life,
I've heard that.
and honestly, that is where I peaked.
I've heard that question before too, where it's like, "What's the male version of flowers?"
It's
flowers.
PSA. It's flowers.
Yeah.
If you give a dude flowers, he will be so happy.
Sometimes, when Kendall gets me flowers, I just I lay it flat on my stomach on the couch, and I put my hands on my chin, and I just do a little leg kick. Just a little leg kick. And then I put my maid costume on when she gets home, and I'm just cleaning, and I feel like such a baddie when she gets me flowers.
I feel like you're mocking me, but I'm serious.
Oh, you think I'm joking?
I sure hope you are.
Someone gets me flowers. Let's just say...
What should we just say?
Let's just say, enjoy. I will emasculate myself for any woman that gets me flowers. You made a face there. I didn't mean that in any type of way. I just meant I enjoy flowers. I don't know. Male version of flowers listens to me rant about basketball stat lines.
Anne from Montana wants to know which colors for folders in school that are there. If you knew that you would, if you could have everything you wanted in the palm. Okay, if you put everybody in a room. Okay, if you could
What is this
and
band?
get away with it, would you? There's an interview with Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield and Jamie Foxx where she's doing that. Andrew's giggling like a schoolgirl, and as you do in front of Emma Stone, because obviously
I giggle like a schoolgirl when I see her on the TV.
Anne from Montana wants to know what folder colors are proper for subjects. She pitched green is science, blue is math, red is history,
Whoa, go slowly.
yellow is English.
Go back to the beginning.
Science is green.
That's correct.
Math is blue.
That is. Sorry. Go ahead.
History is red.
Oh my gosh.
And she put bloodshed in history. So there's that.
Like red is.
It's red for genocide. And English is yellow because,
Oh.
in parentheses, 'cause ew.
Oh my gosh. This may be the worst opinion I've ever heard. Let me go through what's correct really quickly. Before we talk about it, let me go through what's correct. Science is green. That's true.
Okay.
Math is red.
She said math is blue because it's her favorite subject and favorite color.
Whose favorite subject is math?
I know a few people, and they're wrong, but I know them.
Well, plus, it doesn't matter what your favorite color is. There are standards. We are people of class here, and we have standards that have been set for years. Math is red, science is green. History, yellow. English, blue. That simple. Everything else goes in the black folder.
I've never had a yellow folder in my life.
What? What'd you put history in?
I don't think I had a color coordination for it. I think I just I raw dog school and just had folders and papers and folders.
So to the sophisticated folk that are listening, I'm so sorry that my
what grade level are we talking here? Because
it doesn't change.
Because elementary school, I probably did have different folders, but the school we went to, I think they actually had color requirements for it.
Some teachers can set requirements, I think.
Yeah,
But
it was
no-
like in the syllabus. It was like, I think science was blue, math was red,
What?
history was green. Something
Science was blue?
like that. I don't know, but I don't know when I went and chose my own materials. I'm not sure I ever picked up a yellow folder.
Oh my lord! Science is blue?
I mean, science is green. Okay, that is precedent. That is in law. Science is green folder.
Because chemicals are green. We all know this. Every chemical is green.
Nope.
No, but science is green. Yellow folder. What? Would you have like pink folders, purple folders?
I think I had blue, green, red, and black.
Blue, English, green, science, red, math, black. What'd you do with like miscellaneous? Like homework?
The homework was in those subjects. There was an inside and an outside. So
What about-
everything that you had to turn in was on the left side. Everything that you already did and was graded and done.
Oh yeah, what'd you
On the
put?
right side.
What'd you do for religion class then? I'm about to expose us. We went to a private school, so pretty rich. Went to a private school in the middle of the most ghetto part of the city we live in.
we regularly had lockdowns,
RP
and they weren't drills.
Our PE teacher once chased after a guy who ran onto our campus with a metal baseball bat and chased him off campus. And so we all just kind
Which
of.
coach was that?
I think that was.
Was it the one with the mustache or the one with the mullet?
I think it was not the. Well, there were two that looked almost identical to me. It was the one that I had when I was younger. It wasn't Coach Mack.
So it would have been the mustache.
It probably would have been Mustache. The one that, yeah. Mom probably knows who I'm talking about, who we're talking about. But yeah, he chased him off with a metal bat, and I remember that because I remember we all just kind of stepped outside of our classrooms, even though we were in a lockdown. We just watched this guy get chased off campus. We're like, yo, this is crazy.
We kept all our religion stuff in the classroom, if I remember correctly.
Do you not have homework in religion?
No.
Oh, man.
No, everything was just done there.
Well, I guess that means I'm a better religious person than you.
I mean, I was also a grade or two ahead with my sacraments, so I didn't really have to pay attention in religion.
Well, did you get the religion award in 8th grade? Because I got the religion award and the overall award. So.
No, when I was in 8th grade, I went to post and junior high school, and I got anxiety.
You got the religion award. I got anxiety.
You got the religion award. I got bullied by a fat guy.
How the turntables?
Seriously, there was one time I was riding down the street, like he was a bully. He was doing it because he was cool, you know.
Yeah.
And then in high school, he found out he wasn't all that cool. But he lived down the street from us, and I was riding my bike with a couple of our cousins, and he and a friend were just chucking oranges at us. Science is green.
Yes.
Period. End of conversation.
Yeah. And then any other opinions you have, you can shove it.
I think math is blue.
Oh my! Why is? I
Because-
thought I was in a safe space today.
Blue.
I thought I could come in here and express myself, but apparently I can't even do it here. I thought I was safe in therapy. I thought I was with a safe man, a big safe man, and now I'm feeling anxious and angry, okay? You don't want to see me angry.
Blue is the past tense for blows, and math blows.
Okay. That kind of is convincing.
Yeah, no, blue is math. Because, like, when I had, you didn't have my 6th grade teacher. She actually did have the requirement. I'm pretty sure that science was green. Science was a green folder.
Yeah, science is a green folder. But math is red. And yellow is history. You want to know why yellow is history? Because when I think about history, I go, ew.
Did you
Gross, stinky.
actually ever have a yellow folder ever
I
in
did.
your life?
I did every year of my life, including high school. Which, by the way,
Didn't have a black folder?
I had a black folder too, but it was like take home flyers from school or.
Oh, I just put those in the bottom of my backpack. I'm pretty sure mom and dad never got those. Okay, we're going to solve this, okay? Anne, listen here, Anne.
Yeah, listen, Anne.
Anne.
Yeah, why don't you shut up and sit down, Anne?
You need to list your stupid age because we don't even know. This is something you should figure out in preschool.
Yeah, Anne.
Who are you, Anne, little baby?
Anne, you little baby girl. Sit
All right,
down.
Science is green, Anne.
Yeah,
Just
Anne.
Eyes here, eyes over here.
Stop interrupting, Anne. He's trying to talk.
Science is green.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Math is red.
We're going math is red.
Just-
We're going math is red.
Yeah, Anne.
We're going English is blue.
English is blue because English is a blue thing.
I was going to say because England is across the pond. Blue pond is the ocean. which is
LeBron
actually
James.
brown.
LeBron Dang.
LePond James.
LeBron James. All right, blue.
And history's black. We're not playing with a yellow folder. Be an adult.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Be the 6th gradiest adult you can be.
Yeah.
And choose black.
Plus, yellow's a pea color, Anne. So put down the yellow folder, Anne.
And that's an argument for science, though. If you have a yellow folder.
Science is pea a science thing?
If your pee is like a yellow folder yellow, you need help.
I don't drink enough water, I gotta be honest with you. It's more like a gold.
Doctor, is it bad that my pee froths?
Doctor, my pea froths. Oh, gross.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of peeing gold.
Oh, ow.
You know what? Red flag. Science is any other color folder. Did you ever have the multi-class binders? Like it was a big binder and you had like loose leaf paper and a pocket for all like your pens and stuff. And then on the side you would open it up and there'd be different like file folders.
No, that sounds like a crazy contraption, though.
It was awesome. I used that freshman and sophomore year. And then junior year, I was too cool for a backpack. So I just like carried my books around. And senior year, I was like, that's not cool at all. It's terrible.
Senior year, Joe brought around his rolly backpack and wore a fedora like a Disney Channel movie. And when someone would pass by him and they knocked over his books, he would go, not cool.
No, they knock over my books and I'd be like, stop being so mean to me. I'm going to fall in love with you. And that's how I found my girlfriend.
Joe tucks his hair behind his ear. I know Brad just loves me. Brad just wants me because he knows I'm so smart and I'm just the book girl that doesn't carry a backpack.
Yeah, Brad's not cheating on me because he's failing. He's cheating on me. Brad's not cheating on homework with my papers because he needs help in school. It's because he likes me. Jeez.
You know, you said Brad's not cheating on me, and then you said Brad's not cheating on me with homework. That's what I thought you said in my head. So I'm like, homework? Stop getting my boyfriend to cheat on me with you, homework.
Brad's not cheating off of me because he needs help in the subject. Brad's cheating off of me because he likes me and wants to be close.
Yeah. Oh, man, Brad.
I feel his hot, bratty breath on my neck. Speaking of Brad, it's time to end it. I can't with this anymore.
Oh, man. Yep. All right. Well, you can check us out next week. Hopefully, every week you'll get a new episode as well.
Thanks to special guest unexpected guest, Kendall, Benjamin's wife.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, but I appreciate it. Thank you again, once again, NBC. Thank you for letting us go on the air again and not stopping us from going on the
Yeah,
air.
and screw you, CBS. You took too long.
Yeah, CBS.
Thanks.
And at CBS.
Freaking Anne. And thank you to Max, our good friend and mentor. Go check out his show, Twisted Timelines. Yes, I'm going to keep shouting him out.
The fact that he gave us the actual green light and said that the first episode was passable means that we're in for business and I'm ready to go.
I think his direct quote was, "Well, as long as you guys are having fun."
Which we're not. Thanks, Max.
Yeah. So anyways, it's time to end it. As always, wait for the final bell. There's always going to be just a little bit of a nugget for you to kind of mull over for the rest of the week.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Our X handle is at Lowsocialvalue. On Instagram, we are at Lowsocialvalue.
Yeah. All right. Well, once again, let's fire away. Just harassment's good.